Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Sean Wallace with the I Am Prosperity Live Workshop. I just want to welcome you guys on out to the call. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us this evening. We got some really super powerful information that's going to be coming your way here shortly by Mr. Umpu. And I'm just excited to really be able to take in the information myself and just be a part of this information that he's been sharing. It's really life changing. It's been impacting thousands of people's lives all across the country, just from implementing what you're going to actually learn here tonight. So I just want to make sure I want to do a couple of housekeeping things before we actually get started. I want to make sure everyone can actually hear me. So I want to do a mic check on this GoToWebinar. I know some of you might be used to this platform or might be new to this platform, but just find an area there where you should be able to raise your hand. And if you can hear me okay, just go ahead and click on that hand button, and it just lets me know that my audio is working and you guys can actually hear and see my screen right now. And it should just be a little image there. It's a little, you should see a PowerPoint ready to go. So I just want to do a mic check and make sure everyone can hear me. Okay, I got a couple of hands. Okay, great. So you're able to hear me pretty cool. All right. Well, we're going to get started here in probably the next minute or two. I just want to wait for a few more people to go ahead and trickle in to the call. And once again, my name is Sean Wallace. I'm actually just the marketing director for the Inner Peace Lighthouse. And I listened to the man you're going to be hearing tonight, Mr. Umpu, and just been actually myself been taking in a lot of this information myself, implementing it within my own life, and been able to see some fabulous results. And just far as raising my vibration, having more prosperity in my life, and just be able to attract the things that I've always desired. So you're in for a wonderful treat. And I just wanted to, just like I say, just thank you for taking time out of your day to come on to this call. So I want to make sure Umpu is here. Umpu, can you hear me? Are you there, sir?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly fine. Great. Just wanted to make sure that you're there. So what I want to go ahead and do is I'm going to turn it over to you. We're at the top of the hour. I know you have some wonderful content to share, so I don't want to keep people waiting no more. I did a mic check, and they feel like they can hear us okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my screen and give you presenter, and I believe that you should have the same PowerPoint ready to go. And the floor will be all yours, my friend. So let me go ahead and turn it over to you. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you for taking time out of your busy night to come in here and get some of this wonderful information. What you want to do is you want to take out a pen and paper and take down some notes. The information he's going to be sharing with you tonight is absolutely life-changing. And I don't know when he's going to, take time. I know he's on the road right now doing some traveling and things of that nature. So this is one of those elite moments, that doesn't come up too often. And I just know that you don't want to miss what he's going to be sharing tonight. So make sure you take out a pen and paper, take some notes, get your undivided attention. What you want to do is turn off all distractions, turn off Facebook, Skype, YouTube, even your phone. I would actually go into a room where it's pretty quiet, where you won't have any distractions, so that way you can actually receive the information he's going to be sharing with you here tonight. So at this time, I want to introduce Mr. Umpu. I'm going to switch over the screen, make sure he can get his screen there. So I'm going to change presenters right now over to you, sir. It's coming your way right now. And yeah, if you want to go ahead and just click share to share your screen, make sure we all can see it. I'm not seeing anything yet, but you do have the presenter controls. All right, we are locked in, locked and loaded. The floor is all yours, sir. Please share this wisdom that can help us all empower our lives tonight.
Well, great. Well, thank you for the wonderful introduction, Sean, and good evening, everyone. Firstly, you can see my screen? We're good to go on there?
Yeah, I got you. You're good to go, and I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, great, man, great. Well, Sean, I remember you told me not too long ago, I think it was just yesterday, you were cleaning out your car and just getting organized, and you found a check. Is that correct?
That is correct, man. That's correct.
Okay.
You want me to share the story on that, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, man. I decided, like I say, I've been implementing what you've been sharing, and I finally was able to get a result. It wasn't as massive as a lot of people, but as soon as it happened, I looked at it as, this. I was shocked. So basically, I was just cleaning out my car, which really needed a cleaning. So I was cleaning it out, man. I was doing it from head to toe, and I was just taking out a lot of the trash and stuff that was in my doors and things of that nature. And I have checks that come in from some of the affiliate marketing things that I do. And basically, man, typically what I do is I rip out these checks and they come in once a month and I go deposit them. And so I was cleaning out this thing. So I wasn't expecting to find a check, but thank God I was actually looking through all these envelopes, because when I see the check, I normally just tear it out. So I happened to look in the door, and I'm going through about a good stack of these, like I say, these affiliate commissions and stuff that I get from some side stuff that I do. Happened to look in this one envelope, and lo and behold, man, there was a check in there that I did not cash. But the thing that shocked me is it wasn't 1 month old, it wasn't 2 months old, it wasn't 3 months old, it wasn't 4 either, man. It wasn't 5. It was actually on the verge of being voided out. It was 6 months old, brother. So I looked at that thing, and it was a 6-month-old check for about $56. Like I say, it wasn't extraordinary, but immediately when I seen that, I was hearing all these testimonies that you've been sharing. I've been seeing in the group and things of that nature, and I had to call you, man. I blew up your phone because I'm like, I'm finally one of those people who has some unexpected funds fall into my lap. And I took it. When I called you, the first thing you asked me was, "Is it void?" So I said, we're gonna find out. So I stuck it in the bank, and I stuck it in there on Sunday. Today's Wednesday, and they have not called me back. It cleared and everything. So I mean, that was my prosperity as far as unexpected funds. Leveraging just what you've been teaching here. So I was actually pretty excited to finally be able to call you and give you my testimonial. So that's my story on what happened as far as my unexpected funds.
Absolutely. Great story. Great story. For those of you who may study the law of attraction and the law of vibration, there's something that is known in the community called a vibrational escrow, if you will. And the concept is really simple. It's in the future or in the past, which are really running simultaneously, and I'll explain that in a second. And let's just look at Sean's case. In Sean's case, 6 months ago, he received the check. And let's just say he was just so busy, because he's super busy, that he just put it to the side and he forgot. He lost track of it. Well, it's sitting there, but in the quantum reality, meaning all things exist at the same time, in the quantum reality, it knew that, well, in the future, 6 months from now, Sean will find this check. But Sean didn't know it, not consciously at least. And what happened was he gets into a certain zone of prosperity and abundance, and he starts meditating more and becoming more aware of his experience and start becoming more aware of the law of attraction. And as he gets into this zone of law of attraction, he decides to go ahead and clean up, and voila, it's there for you. Now, it was always there, sure, absolutely, it was there, but you have to really look at your life and situations as they unfold as to why did it unfold in a certain manner? Why did it unfold that way? A lot of you may know when you listen to this work and you study various other authors, one thing that is pretty common in the law of attraction is the story of how people will start to attract mysterious checks will start to come to them, especially those that are a part of some type of class action lawsuit. That always seems to be the one when I studying the law of attraction on videos. It seemed like a lot of people just all of a sudden get this check that was a part of some class action lawsuit that was years ago, and they didn't even know that they were a part of it. So what happens is anything that's associated with your name, there's money, there's abundance that's out there for you. Now, I'll say this. Science has proven that the universe is constantly expanding. So that means we live in a place of expansion. If we live in a place of expansion, then it's safe to say that abundance is the natural state of the universe. So therefore, you live in a place of abundance. It is a natural state. The moment that we zone in and take control of our own vibrational being, our thinking, our emotions, all right, we will start to attract, magnetize, same thing, we will start to attract and unlock some type of future scenario for us, all right? So I want you to keep that in mind because we're going to actually show you a little bit of how that actually works, all right? The slide that you see right here, I want you to take note. This is a part of our Equinox gathering, but on the weekend of September the 18th, which is a Friday, 19th is a Saturday, and 20th is a Sunday, we're going to hold the Imagine Prosperity Workshop in Charlotte. Primarily, this workshop will be on Sunday, September the 20th, okay? So I just want you to write this down because we're going to bring some very, very powerful imaginative techniques to help you personally get in line. This is going to be pretty much a party. You're going to sit there, you're going to watch some powerful information. Those of you who are in the Prosperity Club, you're going to share your story. There's going to be music, there's going to be dance, you're going to get up, you're going to have to raise the vibration, and then you're going to sit down, and then I'm going to show you how to specifically bring Kundalini energy up, your life force energy, to a high vibration, and show you how to cast it into the vortex. There will be a physical vortex on the screen at this workshop. So you physically bring the energy up, and then we mentally project the energy into the vortex. It's going to be a very, very powerful time. So that's September the 18th through the 20th. If you can just attend the workshop itself, that will be Sunday, September the 20th in Charlotte. All right? So, again, I want to welcome you to the I Am Prosperity webinar. And what this is about is how do you start to attract more abundance and prosperity in your life? Currently, right now, the group has started on June the 15th. And this is a life tool. There's no timeline to it. We just decided to start on June the 15th. We're currently at $66,304 in unexpected funds and value. And just, it's June 15th. Like literally $66,000. All right? Now, there's two states of beings, and I want you to really, really know that. There's no in between. There's only two states of being. We have what we would call stress, as you see on the left-hand side, and we have happiness, which will be on the right-hand side. It's either stress or it's happiness. In cellular language, your cells only know love or survival. When you're in the mode of stress, the body is in the mode of survival. It's the old science, Darwinism of survival of the fittest. And the cells, your human body, only knows these two states. That is it. It's real simple. So really, when you go about life, relationships, and when I'm going to say relationships, I'm just not talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife. I'm talking about all relationships, friendships, relationships with the couch, relationship with your house, whatever. All relationships make you feel a certain type of way. You love your car. When it's old and nasty, you don't like your car. Like, it's about recognizing the feeling that you have. And you want to be simple, because these techniques are very, very simple. They're so simple, sometimes we miss them and we overshoot it. But it's really, really simple. Your state of being is either in a state of happiness, or you're going to be in a state of stress and chaos, or what we call unhappiness. Okay? So it's only two states of being. Well, we're going to examine the issue, the problem. We make a thorough analyzation of the problem, and then we give you some solutions. Now, when you are dealing with stress, and whether it's fear or it's the bills and it's work and the job and anxiety and time management, and it's starting affecting your health, you're worrying about all this stuff, all right? You start to send signals to the body via your thoughts. And I want you to see, I thought this was a perfect slide for you to see that your brain conducts thoughts, and thoughts are pretty much electricity. It's just light, but it's chaotic energy. In this case, when we're dealing with stress, it is chaotic light energy that is inside of your brain that will find a place in your body to lodge onto, and we'll talk about this particular process. There's a study that was conducted by the Institute of Heart Math that showed that 5 minutes of a bad memory will equal 6 hours of sickness. There's something called SIGA. You can write that down. It's called SIGA, which is an hemoglobin, which simply deals with the immunity of a person. All right? So this is what helps us, helps our immune system be healthy. Well, If you have 5 minutes of a bad memory, not even a bad experience, that's too, but just a bad memory, a fault of the past, because that's what a memory is. 5 minutes of a bad memory could create 6 hours of your SIGA levels going down below baseline. In other words, you become more prone to sickness. And this is why you have to pay very, very close attention to human expression. When somebody get on your nerve, what do they say? You make me sick. Think about that. Where does that come from? Because the person is not physically coughing, nor did they get a fever because you're in an argument. They're feeling something else that is very true on a cellular level, where the SIGA level is going down, and we give the expression, you make me sick. Okay? And that is very true. So 5 minutes of a bad memory, 5 minutes of a bad experience, 5 minutes of an argument, 5 minutes of something that you do not like is equivalent to 6 hours of your immune system going below baseline. So let's do a quick timeline. If 5 minutes equals 6 hours, if we double it up, 10 minutes equals 12 hours. Okay? We go up another 5 minutes, it equals 18 hours. 20 minutes, a 20-minute fight, a 20-minute argument, a 20-minute relapse of something bad will set your SIGA levels back 24 hours for a whole day. If you go a whole day of fighting and arguing, majority of that day, it will now take you 72 days to recoup. Now, I want you to really think about this. Many of us have been in relationships before. Now I'm talking to boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife kind of relationships. We've been in relationships before where you go through this spat, and then it seems like you can't even go 30 days without an argument popping up. You go a week, it's all good. 2 weeks is all good. The third week is a fight again. Seem like you go a month tops, but then it comes right back again. Why? You know why? It's because if you fought for a whole day, you're now subject to become sick for 72 days. Your immune system is under attack for 72 days. So just because you're not arguing tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after, you still never got back to your average baseline. So since you never got to the average baseline, your cells, the energy field around you is emitting a stress signal, a stress signal from the body. The other person who was involved with you is doing the same thing. So the slightest little thing, even though you had a good time with each other, the slightest little thing next week or 2 weeks from now will set you right back off, and you will stay within this continual loop. Now that you know the timeline, it becomes absolutely 100% of your responsibility to try your best to never allow a situation to escalate past 5 minutes. It's not worth it. 5 minutes of an argument, of a bad memory, will produce 6 hours of sickness. The same is true on the opposite end. 5 minutes of happiness, 5 minutes of a happy memory will take your immunity levels up for 6 hours. So now that you know the timeline, you're absolutely 100% responsible. And from this day forward, it will be impossible for you to be able to have a bad memory or a situation that you do not like without you consciously being aware of how it's going to affect you on a cellular level. It's impossible now because now you know. I want to talk a little bit about the brain because I believe that we should actually show how science works with spirituality. I'll give you these concepts. You can write them down. The thalamus gland is a gland in the brain that processes all sensory information. In other words, what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you taste. It doesn't process smell. But those four that I named, all of this information, because it's incoming data. Think about it. You outside, you hear the horn beeping, you feel something touch you, you're hearing something, you're seeing something. All of this data is processed by the thalamus gland. It's like an eye in the brain. Its job is to tell the information, hey, I need you to go over here to this certain region of the brain, wherever that region is, and we'll talk about that. So thalamus' job is like the traffic cop that's waving on all the traffic, telling the traffic, hey, you stop, you over here, let's go, let's go. You here, you stop, let's go. That's the thalamus gland. It directs traffic. The thalamus gland inside of your brain is directing incoming information to other portions or other regions of your brain. You then have something called the hippocampus. The hippocampus is responsible for memory. So as incoming information is coming into your brain, the thalamus communicates to the hippocampus, and the hippocampus is searching for a physical memory. It's searching for a record of an experience to match your physical reality. So in other words, as you're walking downtown and there's construction going on and you're about to cross the street, when you hear somebody blow the horn, instantly you know how to respond to that. You look to your left, you look to your right, make sure they're not blowing the horn at you. The hippocampus job is saying, hey, you have a physical memory, a record of how you survive when you hear the horn. It makes you look both ways. That's the hippocampus job. It searches for a physical memory to match your physical experience. At the exact same time, the hypothalamus, as you see, which sits up under the thalamus, its job is to search for a chemical memory. As the hippocampus is searching for physical memory, the hypothalamus says, hey, you heard that horn, you know what to do from that horn. I'm going to give you a chemical to make you jump, to make you become a little bit more alert. The hypothalamus job is to find a chemical memory of the physical memory, dump this chemical memory inside of the bloodstream, and then communicate to the pituitary gland, which is known as the master gland. So the pituitary gland says, hey, you giving me this chemical, I am going to take this chemical and I am going to remix it, chop and screw it, and I'm going to make it another chemical. And then the pituitary gland dumps this new chemical inside of the bloodstream. Now, I didn't talk about the amygdala, but the amygdala sits next to the hippocampus, and the amygdala's job is to charge an experience as either positive or negative. But the key to this is the amygdala is not solely responsible for determining an event from being negative or positive. It only goes by the command of your perception to say, ooh, that's stress. I hear the horn, I jump. That's stress for me. So the amygdala says, oh, since you react this way, then this is negative. It charges the experience. It charges the experience and tells the hippocampus, like, this is a negative memory, this is a positive memory. But what shapes negativity or positivity? Your perception. There's not one, I gotta be careful how I say this. There's not one gland in the body that is solely responsible for the perception factor by itself in its organic state. Because initially, if I hear the horn blow and that's stress to somebody else, that's good. So what's the difference here? We both have the same brain functions. So it's literally the matter of perception exists outside of the brain. So perceptions usually come by cultural experiences, how we grow up in society, what our mother and fathers teach us, it's our values. But you are in charge of your perception. It's very key. You are in charge of your perception. So as this information, thalamus gland sends it down to the pituitary gland. This pituitary gland remixes it and it sends it down the body. There are now cells in your body that have receptor sites to it. I want you to write that down, receptor sites. So in other words, as you see on the screen, let's just say that these yellow dots are stress chemicals. An organ on your body is so intelligent that it says, hey, there's so much stress here that I'm going to have to build a receptor site on this organ. So these cells make a receptor site. The receptor sites take in the stress chemical. The stress chemical then comes into the membrane of the cell. The cell responds, and then what happens is the cell will literally start to change its gene expression. So in other words, when I show you, I think it's on this very next slide, and it's right here. In other words, when you have stress that starts based off your perception of a certain situation, your perception and all the thinking factors taking place in your brain, hypothalamus is producing the chemical. The hypothalamus sends this chemical to the pituitary. The pituitary then takes this chemical and says, you know what, I got to send it down to the adrenal glands. It sends it down to the adrenal glands, which sits on top of the kidneys. The kidneys has receptor sites on it because it takes stress in from the adrenals, that's adrenaline, okay? And what happens is the kidneys will start to go bad. Kidney failure comes from anger. Now, if you see these two cartoon figures, if you haven't seen the Disney movie Inside Out, you must watch it. It is phenomenal about the brain, emotions, and memory. It's phenomenal. We have anger on the left. We have sadness on the right. What you're seeing in this picture is something called the HPA axis, the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the adrenal axis. HPA, write this down, HPA axis. Now, I want you to see anger and sadness as being on top of the kidneys, or being inside of the kidneys, where the adrenal glands are. The adrenals produce adrenaline. So what happens is the hypothalamus actually releases a chemical called CRF. When the pituitary gets it, it remixes the chemical and turns it into ACTH. Then when they send it down to the adrenals, the adrenal takes it and say, I'm going to make it, and now it's called cortisol. So you go through these 3 different chemical states faster than the blink of an eye. Very fast. I mean, just think about how fast you ever was almost about to get hit by a car, or something scared you and you just instantly you get that shock. I mean, at the speed of thought. It happens so fast. You go through these different chemical expressions that fast. Well, what happens is, if we reverse the process, you're sitting at home, you're minding your business, there's nobody there to bother you. You have the stress on the receptor sites. These stress cells are hungry. They do not have, they're hungry. They were specifically designed, the receptor sites was specifically designed to take in stress. But you're at home, you're not really having a bad day, nobody bothered you, so you can't scream at nobody, right? Nobody physically didn't do anything to you, so you're sitting there minding your business. So anger or sadness on these receptor sites are talking in their language, and they're saying, I'm hungry. So then the adrenal gland sends communication up to the pituitary, and the pituitary says, well, wait a minute, I don't got no ACTH to give you. Let me go holler at the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus says, hey, I don't have any chemical records that I'm looking for. Let me go talk to the hippocampus, who's responsible for memory. The hippocampus says, oh, I have plenty of memories. And then you start to think about something sad or something that made you angry out of the blue. And when you think of something angry out of the blue or something that made you sad, then the whole process starts all over again, because now the hypothalamus says, oh, here goes that chemical. Then it says, let me give it to the pituitary. And the pituitary says, oh, here's that chemical. Thank you. The pituitary sends it down to the adrenals. And the adrenals say, oh, here you go. This is what you wanted. This is how negative thoughts, you're minding your business, and this is how negative thoughts creep up. So it actually doesn't even start in the mind. Negative thoughts are a reaction from the body. The body has become the mind because the mind is responding to the body. So the HPA axis, from this point forward, you now know how it works, and it's your responsibility to never allow a thought to go past you unchecked. You can't do it. When an unrighteous thought comes, a thought that makes you sad, a thought that makes you unhappy, stressed, the best thing you can do is recognize the fact that, wait a minute, I'm having one of those thoughts. I see you. I'm going to change my thought right now. I'm not thinking about that. You have the ability to do that. See, when you look at this diagram of the brain, in the middle, the greenish blue part, the limbic brain, that's let's say the emotional connection is right here. This is where all of those organs I just named, they reside right here. The hippocampus is here, the hypothalamus is here, the thalamus is here, the pituitary gland. That's your emotional brain. But look how big the green part of the brain is. That's called the neocortex. That is the place of that's the place of the brain that says, I am who I am. It's your conscious thinking self. It is the part of you that is aware. It is the latest brain to come online. It's the biggest part of your brain. It is the brain that gives you conscious control over your whole experience. So in other words, if this is the latest brain to evolve, that means that evolution is now taking you into this particular portion of the brain. This is where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be in conscious control of your reality at all points of time. So the movie The Matrix, Neo is nothing more than the neocortex. It's talking about your conscious self. Notice they had to keep hooking him up to a machine, making him go to sleep, because then they was taking him down to his limbic brain. Okay? But you have to become Neo. You have to become the one that is aware of your conscious thoughts. This is really simple. This is so simple. I believe, and I know, we teach the most simplified methods there are when it comes to the law of attraction and you getting the things that you want and you just making the shift to have a better life. Very, very simple. Nike says it the best, and I always quote them, just do it. See, a lot of times, to me, when people get readings, and I do consultations for a living, literally, a lot of times people are simply looking for a confirmation to confirm their experience that they're having. It's not a good reading to me. A great session is the ability to forecast the future and say, hey, next year around this time, it's a lot of prosperity for you. It's a lot of abundance, and job opportunities should be opening up, and it's just great if you get out in the public. Go into the future. That's great. That's quantum. That's good. But oftentimes, we're stuck and we're addicted to an old state of being that we seek validation. Validations for someone just to simply validate the experiences that we're having. And that's the mode that we got to get out of. We got to get to a point where it's time for you to understand your future, and go directly to it and unlock it and have it come to you. We'll talk about it. This is a slide from the movie Inside Out. And if you've seen the movie, this is the portion where Joy on the right-hand side, you can tell who Joy is, the one with the blue hair, with a smile on her face. Sadness is in the back. And Bing Bong is here. Bing Bong was the little girl Riley's imaginary friend when she was younger. And all these balls on the wall is long-term memory. And each ball is a memory. The whole maze itself was long-term, but each ball represents a different type of an emotional charge, an emotional memory. But it's the imaginary friend, Bing Bong, who is going to lead them back to command, because Joy and Sadness got sucked in the vacuum and they end up getting lost and going down into long-term memory, and they don't necessarily belong right there in the movie per se. So the imaginary friend, the imagination, very powerful. The imagination is what is going to get you out of a bad state of being. So there's two ways. There's two ways that you can do this. We can access the subconscious mind through techniques of relaxation and meditation, hypnosis even. When you go into a deeper state of consciousness, takes practice, but it can be done, and we actually do it. But it's a little bit more intent because it takes a one-on-one or group setting where we have to do it. Or you can access a new beginning by conscious repetition. So this slide here is just showing you the Wu-Dang Masters, all doing one form. And they do it over and over and over and over and every day and every day and every day. The Shaolin monks and Wu-Dang Masters has been doing Kung Fu and meditation for 70 years. You see a master who's been doing it for 70 years easy. So repetition can get you out of a state, a funky state of being. So how do you use repetition? Well, here is one of my top 30 success affirmations and checklists right here. So affirmations can get you out of this, all right? Affirmations are nothing more than a powerful way for you to retrain your mind. That's what affirmations are. It's a way for you to retrain your mind. So you can say this morning affirmation, today is an incredible day. Success, prosperity, and abundance in many different forms have naturally found their way into my life today. I gratefully enjoy their manifestations throughout my day and happily share these blessings of abundance with many others in order to bring happiness to their day as well. I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am secure, I am worthy, I am positive, I am blessed, I am grateful, I am beautiful, I am confident, I am courageous, I am excited about today. I challenge you to create your own affirmations or find ones that make you happy, ones that you vibrate with. In this work, I always tell people, do what makes you happy. Do what is easy. It's supposed to be easy. You see how Staples got that red button now and say easy, and you just hit the, it is supposed to be easy. I know we come up in the culture to say, well, if it's easy, it's not right, and you got to work hard for it. It's not that you're not supposed to work hard. Hear me closely. Yeah, you will work hard for certain things. But we take on the mindset and we start to believe that everything is supposed to be hard. When certain things are easy, it's like, oh my God, I don't believe this is so easy. We can actually start to do things to self-sabotage it because it appears to be too easy. So, conscious repetition by affirmations is a wonderful way to do it. But we know that technically this is really the long way. But there's no such thing as long in a sense because this is a lifestyle change. This is a lifestyle thing. It is for the rest of your life. You are supposed to be on point and at your very best. So what's 90 days to a year? What's 90 days to 10 years? What's 90 days to the 50 more years that you have easy on this earth plane, and many more? What is 90 days when it's about you doing something and being aware and being your best every single day? So there's no such thing as time. Time only exists when you're measuring something. I'll say that again. Time only exists when you choose to measure something. Got to be here at this webinar at 9 o'clock Eastern. I got to be at work at 7 o'clock. I have to work for 8 hours to get my money. Whatever it is, when you're using time, time only exists as a form of measuring something. If you don't measure, there won't be no time. So affirmations are an excellent way for you to get it, but you have to be on point. You have to be relentless. You have to do it every single day until your physical reality starts to match the things that you are affirming. All right? So in the I Am Prosperity ebook that we have, it's an ebook that's there for $27, right? I'll give you the top 30 affirmations for absolutely free. Give them to you for free. And here's what a person said. Currently, I'm using the I Am Prosperity Guide. And I've been using it since last Sunday. I operate my web and design, my web and graphic design business full time. And this evening, I received an unexpected $100 advance payment from a client. Thanks again for creating this prosperity guide. Now, that was Rhonda. She jumped on it when it was on sale for $10. The ebook on sale for $10. She made 100% profit on that. 10 times 10 is 100. She made 100% profit off a $10 investment. The steps that we have here, we say 5 simple steps. When you see us go from 5 to 4, there's really 4. I just reiterate one of the steps twice. And that's you taking conscious control of yourself and being aware. Because it happens. You will fall off, and you naturally think things are not working, and you wonder if you're doing things wrong, and you're not. You just have to stay the course. That's all. You have to stay the course. Okay? So the ebook is there. We give you the affirmations for free. As you see, that investment right there got her $100 off top. Off top. And that was back on 7/18 that she wrote me and said that. All right? But I'll show you some more stuff. I want you all, for those of you that's listening, and if you're not with us on the Prosperity Club, I want you to get in the Prosperity Club. And I'll show you why. I'm not going to even tell you why. I'm going to show you why this is very powerful and why we got over $60,000. So you'll see a story from Sora right here that says, hey, peace, Anfu. Want to let you know that the past month I've been working on a project for free editing short films. She said, I was asked to take on another short film to cut, and doing this one will pay me $750. And just this morning, I was given $500 in cash, and I was able to upgrade my bank accounts to private banking with all benefits, free checking, no fees, etc. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's $1,250 for someone applying these techniques. Okay? Then Justin says, greetings. Since I've been applying the methods daily that Anfu has instructed, I have seen results. Money did not come right away, but I stayed patient and did not get sidetracked. All right, so off this past Thursday, my wife had got an offer from a new job that is offering to pay her $10,000 more than her previous employer. And then for my last class, today I woke up to an extra $1,500 on my checking account, and when I went to work, I received an additional $2,500 pay increase. I attracted $4,000 today. That was Patrice. So look what happened Tuesday. Today is what? Wednesday? Is it? Today's Wednesday? This was yesterday. Yesterday I got this email. Peace and greetings. I am not really sure how to preface this, but I'm happy to report that Haru, this is Haru's cousin. Haru had been working on purchasing a new home. He had got a loan for $5,000 towards the purchase of his new home. Got a check, actually. Here's the check, images attached. I personally was able to gain entry into a class that was $500 in tuition. My tuition was covered for me so that I could enroll. We are prosperity. And if you can see the check, you can read it. It says $5,000. You can make it out right there. They blocked out who's payable to, but you can see it, $5,000. That's a $5,500 testimonial, a $5,000 check that just came in yesterday. How is this working? So the numbers don't lie. You saw 100 from Rhonda. You saw 1,250 from Sura. You saw $10,000 from Justin, 4,000 from Patrice, 5,500 from Haru. That's $20,850 that you saw firsthand for yourself, and that's coming from the Prosperity Club. And I'll talk a little bit about why it's so important. Because together, collectively, we're consciously aware that we are to create and maintain, and I'll say it again, create and maintain a very high state of energy, meaning be aware of our thoughts, meaning we will think about prosperity, meaning we will seek happiness, meaning we'll get together on conference calls, and we have the same goal, and everybody introduce themselves. And then introduce their future selves. They say, hello, my name is Ampool, I'm the owner of the Inner Peace Lighthouse. And everybody that's on that call will say, hello, Ampool, owner of the Inner Peace Lighthouse. And then we'll do an exercise where you have to show us your vision, and your vision will be on one slide. Give it to me in a PowerPoint, just one slide. So the next time you come, you introduce yourself. We have a picture of you, your name at the top of that slide, and a picture that represents where you're going in the future. And the whole group would now see a picture of who you are in your success. And that positive emotion, that positive thought, especially coupled with the right time, which is very important. With the right time, the right emotion, the right thought will make it crystallize better for you. And I'm talking about instantaneously for you. Your life will start to change when we all come together collectively to start to think about prosperity. So the Prosperity Club is only $247. We got people cashing $5,000 checks, $10,000 pay increases. I got a testimonial right here. It'll come on Sunday, another $500 check. All right? The prosperity is actually yours. We also have an ebook. I'm sorry, an audio book that I give to you. An audio book, which is $97, that comes along with a free meditation. Remember we talked about the subconscious mind and how to get there? This is a simple Qigong technique meditation on audio that I'll walk you through. Many of you have seen the pictures with me with Master Chen, a 14th generation Wu-Dang master who taught me certain aspects of primordial Hunying, which is called primordial Qigong. I'll show you a technique through Qigong, and I'll walk you through this technique to show you how to bring energy into your body, how to relax the body, and how to bring energy of prosperity, of light into the body. All right? So not only do you get the audio book, I will also give you a free bonus meditation. That's $97 of value, free for you. All right? Of course, we have the ebook, and we also have the top 30 affirmations and checklists where you can create your own after you read these. That's $47 of value, free to you. I'll give it to you. And those of you who are inside of the Prosperity Club, or when you join the Prosperity Club, we have a private Facebook mastermind group. And I see some people here tonight are part of the mastermind group, and I want to thank you all, Sue, Darwin, everybody that's over there. Aisha over there is constantly over there doing a phenomenal job of keeping a very high vibration over there. Adrian, everybody that's over there. There's $497 value to you. And we do that, all right? So the things that you will get, again, you join the I Am Prosperity Club. For you, those of you that's new to it, you join today, that you will get the I Am Prosperity ebook, you will get the audio book, you will get the free meditation, you will get the affirmations, you will get access to the mastermind group. All of that is $938 worth of value. I'll give you all of that for absolutely free, because our job is real simple over here. It is real, real simple. Our job is to simply help you attain more prosperity. And that's why it's working. That's why we have over $60,000 by following real simple techniques that I just showed you. So for only $247, you're going to learn what the law of attraction is about. Of course, the benefits of it. All right? You're going to learn what type of thoughts to have daily. Simply be happy. You're going to know how to control the thoughts. Only thing you have to do is just when you're thinking about something and if something negative pops up, simply transfer the energy over and think about something that makes you happy. I'm going to show you through these 4 steps, but I'll repeat one. I'm going to show you through these 5 steps. These 5 steps of how you can actually maintain all of this. All right? Now, I got a real, real special offer because for the first 5 people who sign up tonight, right now on the spot, you're going to get a free, powerful consultation with myself and or my brother, Jew. All right? And I'm going to tell you something. We've been holding back. We're going to actually show you a check that we gave somebody a technique on what to do, and they attracted $100,000 check. $100,000. Now, he's in the real estate. All right? This didn't come out the blue. He's in real estate. But before seeing some things that were happening to him, and these things were going to happen, and it was going to limit his mobility, and at the time it limited his mobility, he was given a certain thing to do, a certain technique to do, and a certain instruction to do at that particular time. And he came and he thanked us for it, and he showed us $100,000 check. We'll give you that technique if you sign up tonight. So the first 5 people, and this is limited, the first 5 people who sign up for the Prosperity Club right now, and I want you to sign up and I want you to have a goal in your mind. You haven't. That's the thing. You have to have a goal of what you want. And I promise you, we'll give you a technique where you'll start to see those things manifest in front of you. The only thing you have to do is just visit the website, ionprosperity.info. You see the link right here. And we'll drop the link over here in the chat as well. But ionprosperity.info /specials, and you will see it there. All right? And the only thing you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is decide to be happy. Decide to put your prosperity first. Decide to put your feelings first. Am I telling you to be selfish? Absolutely right. Be selfish and play for yourself. I'm not telling you to not share. I'm not telling you to be mean to nobody. I am telling you to honor your feelings. Honor your feelings. Never allow a negative thought to slip past you. Understand that from this point forward that, hey, I know if I engage in negative behavior, negative conversation, things that make me mad, things that make me sad, that if I do that for 5 minutes, my immunity level will go down for 6 hours, and that's not worth it to me because now I know. I know from this day forward that my conscious thoughts are in control and that HPA axis will not get no food from me. I will not feed my system negative thoughts. In fact, now that I know a negative thought is trying to creep up, I know that that is actually a trick from my body that's trying to engage me in old behavior. That's the part of me that doesn't want me to succeed. So it's at this very moment that I must become strong, because if it wasn't for this moment, I couldn't be strong. It wouldn't be no challenge. I cannot get to the higher self, my higher self, unless I have that challenge from myself. So I must stand in the face of adversity. So when that moment comes and it creeps up and I get those moments and I have to say, it's you again. I got a trick for you. I'm going to go on demand and I am going to watch something that has pretty cars, pretty homes, or things that make me happy. Or I'm going to put on a certain meditation, things that draw me peace. That's what I'll do to you. You have to make a game out of this. And that little monkey mind, and this is why they call it that monkey mind of yours, that ego of yours, of the body that's really sending signals up to the brain to make the mind think it has to engage, you have to play a game with it. That's how you beat it. You have to play a game with it. But I tell you what, it works so much better and it works so much easier when you have access to a support group. So when you join the Ion Prosperity Club, you will be in a support group with others. And there's something else that's real special that we have in there. We're actually playing the lottery. And every week we have winning tickets. every single week. We have winning tickets, and we're going to win a lottery. And I'll close with this. And I haven't shared this with anybody because it's fairly new. Last week on the Mega Millions, we had someone who was one number off on every ball for the Mega Millions. If the Mega Million had 5, she had 6. If the next number was 7, she had 6. If the next number was 10, she had 11. She was one number off. And on the Mega Ball, when the Mega Ball was just 1, she had 10, which means she just simply had an extra number. Every single number, she was only one number off. I am telling you, your human thoughts, your thoughts can affect reality. And I can show case studies of this and how it worked. And if I do this again, I'm super busy at this time of year. If I do this again, I think I'll do it close to the fall season. So it'll be a while. I'll actually show you how that actually works. In fact, I'll be doing it in Charlotte. But as far as webinar purposes, it'll be a few months before I do another webinar. But join the I Am Prosperity Club, and I promise you, it'll change your life. And it's yours, Sean. Hey, you're still here?
Yeah, I'm here. I just had to unmute myself. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. No, I just had to mute myself, man. That was some fabulous information there, and you know, just the things that you actually shared on how to really just tap into the mind is super powerful. And once again, like I say, just from being a part of what you've been sharing has really just, I think more importantly for me, is just open up my mind to, like you said, have more conscious awareness of my thoughts, and how to, for me, was being able to recognize when I'm thinking of something negative on how to switch that so I can keep my thought in a positive direction. So that way I'm not hindering the things that I've been visualizing, things, you know, that for what I want to accomplish in my life. That's what I've been getting the most. So I'm hoping that people on the call have been able to receive that same type of direction in their life where they can really manifest the things that they truly desire by implementing this. Now, I've been sitting here and you know, just taking it in. Every time I listen to you, I'm learning something new. And, you know, I hope that the people on the call are able to see that too as well and ready for a transformation. Now, as far as your special, what you guys want to do right now too as well, you know, we still have a couple of spots open for that first 5 coming in. We have a couple of orders right now, so I think there's only probably about 2 spots left here. Just go ahead and click that link. It's inside of the chat area, and that's the www.iamprosperity.info/special. And I don't know how long we're going to keep it up, but I think we're going to at least give people a few opportunities to grab this. But this is something that we definitely won't keep up long. So if you want to see that transformation in your life, you want to be a part of a powerful group of people who are making a change and are supporting each other, take action right now. Go ahead and click on that link inside the chat and take action. And we look forward to actually seeing you in the group and helping you reach this prosperity in your life that you were always really desired and supposed to have in your life too as well. I really don't have much more. I mean, you always crush it as always, unless you have any questions or want to get any feedback from the people. I'm pretty good there, and we can close down the call unless you have anything that you want to take from the audience on yourself.
Well, of course, I'm a little pressed for time. I'm running behind here about 3 minutes here. I got a commitment at 10 o'clock here. Again, I just wanted to tell you all, again, thank you for coming out. You want to mark that date, September the 19th and 20th. If you can join us for the whole weekend, that'd be great. But September the 20th itself is the Imagine Prosperity Workshop in Charlotte. We'd be at a hotel close to the Charlotte airport. So you'll see some emails going out about that, but you want to write that down. If you can come meet us in person and participate in this great event, it's going to be like no other time you've ever seen. And I'm going to actually show you some of the stories and some of the very spiritual phenomenal things that have happened to us when we travel to this particular location. Many of you who travel with us, you've seen it, where we had a big band of light open up in the sky during a powerful meditation ceremony that we had upon this particular location. So just write that date down, and if you need us, get in contact with us for sure. But definitely join the Prosperity Club, because this thing is changing people's lives. And I only show them money because, it's an old adage that says, hey, put your money where your mouth is, type of thing. And I just want to show you how you can actually get money. You can do that. I've seen people increase their health and just become more happier people, period. Just period. So prosperity is not just about finances. It's about having abundance and happiness in every area of your life, especially the areas of life that you desire to have it in. So I'll show you these real simple techniques on how to empower yourself. They're very simple. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. That's all I had to do. The hardest thing, and I'll close with this, the hardest thing is you being able to maintain your state of happiness. This is how you know it's hard. Raise your hand if you want to be sad today. Nobody's going to do that. But why is it that you're sad or you mad today? What happened? You lost control of yourself. Because if you didn't want to consciously be sad or mad, how did you get there? That means that you unconsciously lost control of yourself, because you said consciously you wanted to maintain yourself. You didn't want to feel that way. Okay, well, since you didn't want to feel that way, why did you do it that way? How did you end up that way? So the hard job is maintaining your state of being. It's not happiness itself. That's not hard. It's the maintenance of it that's hard. I'll give you that technique. It's very simple to do. So join us at ionprosperity.info. Like Sean said, we probably only got 2 slots left. Take those 2 slots, and you'll get a free consultation. Make sure you have your goal, because we'll show you how to start unlocking it and how to start to attract this abundance, and the things will start to unfold in your life. And again, I thank you for your time. Have a great night.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Could they not talk?